Hello beautiful people and welcome back to the channel. So we'll be making this off-shoulder gathers dress. I'm supposed to have made this video a long time, but I misplaced some of the video clips from the original one, so it took me time to get the fabric that I really like for it. So while at it, you can like, share, subscribe and comment. Share with your friends, don't forget. So firstly we start by cutting on our pattern paper, and here I took away 5 inches from the beginning of the pattern paper because it's an off-shoulder dress, so you can take any inches starting from 4, depending on how deep you want the off-shoulder to be. Then you take your bust point and your waist point. So I used 10.5 inches for my bust point and 16.5 inches for my waist point. So it's depending on your own measurements. Make sure you use your bust point and your waist point measurement for your own dress. Yep. And then we're going to be taking 2 inches for the band. Mind you, the band is just in front of the dress, not at the back. So this pattern paper I'm cutting is for both front and back. I'll first use it to cut the back before I actually use it to cut the front. So I'm not going to be cutting out anything first. So after we've done that, we're going to go to our shoulder. Take our shoulder measurement. Okay, firstly, we'll take our bust measurement actually. So your bust measurement plus your sewing allowance, which I use 2 inches, since I'm going to be using a lining to turn it. I like adding 2 inches, so I have about 1.5 inches for my allowance. And then you go to your shoulder. My shoulder is 15.5. Then you take away 1 inch since it's an off shoulder, so it will stay at the right place. And then you take your armhole depth. Mine is 8. I use 8 inches because it's an off shoulder. Normally it's supposed to be 7.5 inches. Then here I was just trying to curve the armhole area. So after I've done that, I'm just connecting the measurement of the bust till I get to the waist. So here now I'm just cutting the back measurement for, and then you're going to add 1.5 inches to power allowance. I always add 1.5 inch if I'm working with a lining cloth, because I'll take away half by the time I'm turning with the lining, and then the original 1 inch left for the dress. And then you just trace out on your pattern paper. Thank you all to my subscribers. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking and commenting. So here now, take our band. Since we cut out the band, we're already cutting for the front of the dress. So we're going to take our band measurement divided. Then you add 2 inches for your seam allowance. But yes, your band measurement is your waist divided by 4. And then here we're going to cut 2 pieces of the band for the band. And the center of the band is folded into 2. Like it's folded, so it's going to be a long strap when you open it. So here now we're cutting the front of the blouse, and mind you, we're cutting 2 of these pieces, not 1. And then you're going to slant your pattern paper by 3 inches at the top, and then you're going to cut the actual original length of the blouse, and then that's the front of the dress. And then you get about 2.5 inches depending on how full you want your gathers to be, and you fold it into 4, adding your zipper allowance. That's about 1 inch to it. So here I was trying to get the measurement for this side where the slit is going to actually be. So after you folded it into 4, you mark the center of the folded pattern fabric, and then you get the center of the slit. Mind you, it's not the center of the dress, it's the side where your dart is going to be if you had to fix a dart. And then we cut out the slit of the dress. Mind you, depending on how full you want your gathers to be, that's how many inches yards you can use for your gathers. So after that, we'll go ahead and cut the sleeve. So I measured 15 inches. Since I'm going to be using elastic for it. I'll be folding the lower part by 1.5, and I'll be folding the upper part by 1.5. So that'll be making it 12 inches for our sleeve. And then, so here I was taking away the 1.5 inch that I'm going to use to fold it. And then I'll also take away 2.5 inch. That's the original measurement for the sleeve. And then I'll take it by 4 inches. And then I'll curve it out. So after that, I'll take it to the machine and hem the upper part and the lower part. Fix my elastic band to it, and I'll sew it from the side by 1 inch. That's how I did it, because I realized I didn't video when I had to sew the sleeve. So after that, I went ahead to cut the lining for the back of the dress, then go ahead to stitch it down round. Stitching it down, you're not going to fold the lower part, and you're not going to fold the arm or area. And then here I was turning it out, then I gave it a good press. After which we will be taking the measurement for our darts, and I used 8 inches by 4.5 for the darts, in addition with the zipper allowance. So that's supposed to be 3.5 for the darts. By the time I take away the 1 inch for the zipper, and then I'll be using half and quarter inches for the darts, and then we'll connect it together. Then we'll take it to a machine and sew our dart and sew our zipper allowance. So here we've done that. We've already joined the zipper allowance and the dart. So here I was just making the clothes straight, because anytime we make that to clothes, is always having this bent look, and if you sew it directly like that, your clothes is not going to be fitted on your body exactly. It's going to be bulky at the sides, so I always try to reduce that from the dress when I'm sewing. So after that, we're going to take the front pieces of the cloth. We'll measure 1.5 inches, and then you measure 1.5 inches at the other side too. And then from the side, you're going to measure 4 inches. So that center like that, we're going to sew it down actually, but not now. We're going to sew it down, and the upper part we're going to sew it down. So what we'll do first is that place we've measured, we're going to hem it down just about 3 inches from that place we started. We'll hem it down and at the lower part as well, so there will be room. By the time we go and stitch to that place, there will be room to make to pass the other fabric into it. So when you're doing that, you're just doing it for one, not for the two of them. So after you've done that, no, you're doing it for the two, but you're not sewing the two of them. You're going to sew only one down first, and then I was just making the video again because I realized the first one you might not get what I was trying to say. So after you've done that, then for the second one you're just going to hem it down. So here we're already going to sew it round, and then we're trying to fit the second one into the first one. So when you're trying to do it, after you've pushed it through, you make sure it's at the center where you already hemmed down, and then you're going to go ahead and stitch the upper part together, starting from where your hemming stopped. You stitch it to the end of the shoulder area, to your armhole area, and then after you've done that, you come back, you just notch it a little bit, and then you tuck the other side in so you don't make a mistake, because this piece is very, very tricky. I made a mistake actually when I was doing it first. I had to loosen it, so nobody's above mistake, I beg. It's allowed. So then I turned it, so I don't want you to make the same mistake I made. That's why I'm telling you that. So after that, I turned it, and since we notched it, the remaining parts was able to come out. Have you seen what I'm trying to say? Like that 1/2 inch from the same allowance was able to come out. That's why we're going to be joining to the band. So then you take your band and join it together by 1/2 inch on both sides. After you've joined it, you now tuck it in, and then you go ahead and join it by 1/2 inch. That part where you left out, make sure is joining each areas, joining each point, and then you iron it down, and that's the front of the dress. I hope you understood what we did there. And then after that, we just pin the clothes down. So we could take our measurements on the fabric and go and sew. So here now you take your measurements, your waist measurements and your bust measurements. Don't take your under bust measurement though. If not, the clothes is gonna be tight. And all your bust is gonna be outside. You push everything out. But if that's what you want, why not? But the clothes is already giving, like it's already bringing it out already, or your upper body. So there's no point adding the extra snatching effect. If not, everywhere's gonna be you get what I'm saying. Anyways, that aside, then you go and sew it. So yeah, we've come back. We've come back again. What did I just say? Anyways, don't mind me, please. So then, this is the upper part of your dress. And then we'll put this one aside. I was touching, feeling the dress already. My dress is fine. It's not easy. I was feeling it. It's not easy. It's not easy to be a tailor, to be sewing. Go easy. So, I was I just already giving. So here I'm go to our 2.5 inches. That's the gathers. You take 5 inches first, and then the next you take your zipper allowance. This is for the slit. Where your slit is. This is not for the zipper allowance. So this is for the slit of your dress. Go. So after you've taken from that 5 inch, you take your zipper measurement, and then the remaining you're going to hem it down after you've joined your zipper to it too. Because if you hem it first, you're not going to be able to join the zipper. It's not going to give a neat look. So you do that first, and then you go ahead and join your zipper allowance by 1 inch. Yep. And then you take it to your machine. And while at that, you could just hem the lower part of the dress too as well. So here I've joined the zipper allowance, and as you can see, I've joined the zipper to the slit as well. So next thing we're doing is we're trying to get the measurements for the side and the center so that we could pin them down to the dress and we'll get accurate gathers. So it's not that one side is going to be fuller than the other side. You have to make it accurate. So here I was trying to get the center of the dress, of the gathers and the sides. So you could do that as well. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn up post Yoruba and turn on post notification. Stay tuned, share, like, comment to your friends. I'd really appreciate. Share with your friends. Comments. Hey, I don't know why English always gives up on me, but we shall have to speak it. It's not easy. So then, you open your zipper allowance, make it easy for you to join it to your upper part of the dress. So it was easy for me to just loosen the upper part because I sew it on gathers till I got to where the zipper allowance is, and I stitched it down and changed the stitching. So yeah, I was just showing you the slits of the dress. That's where the slit is, and you can see the zip, the invisible zip. Make sure you use invisible zip for the slits so that people don't know that there's a zip there. And fix your invisible zip very well, not like mine. I always don't like fixing it very well because eventually when I keep using it, it's going to hook the dress or something. So I don't always fix it completely as an invisible. That's why. But I've advised you to the normal thing. So here is you can see it's already giving. If you don't even want it to have sleeve, you go fine no. But then you have to make sure that the upper part is going to be very firm on your body. But it's going to be also nice as a detachable sleeve. I didn't think of it. Are you seeing what I'm saying? You can try it as anyone you like anyways. But me, I'm putting a sleeve on mine since I've already started. It's just not that I'm realizing that. So I go give what's supposed to be given. Anyways, I'm sorry I'm speaking Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba lady and I'm very used to it. So bear with me. I'm just saying the dress is very beautiful if you try it as an off shoulder. I mean, if you try it as a sleeveless or as a detachable sleeve. Yeah, and here this is the sleeve. We're already going to went ahead to hem the lower part by 1.5, upper part by 1. Then we put our elastic and we joined it by 1 inch, and then we added it to our dress, like I said. So our dress is ready after you added your sleeve and your zipper to it. Can't you see how beautiful she looks? I'll be waiting for yours. Try it and let me see. Bye.